If you have been sitting on an idea for months or even for years, then today's video is for you because nothing is going to change except you decide to move from idea to implementation. And my goal is that today's video helps you take that necessary step to move you forward. Now, I'd like you to know this one truth. The truth that you're not unserious. Because for the longest time, I used to think I was unserious. I used to think that I was just a confused human being who didn't know what to do, or I was just somebody who was lazy. But I realized that none of those cases were the truth. So if you think that you're lazy, you're unserious, you're confused, and that's why you've not started, that is not the reason. The real reason is because you are scared. Now, I'm going to tell you some of the things that you're probably scared of. You're scared of failing. You're scared of being judged. You're scared of wasting your time. You're scared of probably wasting money. You're scared of what if it doesn't work out? What if I fail? What will people say? It's not just easier for me to stay in this job. I mean, at least I already have this one thing going on for me. And all of this is keeping you stuck. And because I've been there before, I am in the right position to help you get through it. Because back in the day, before I launched that first idea, that was the same me. Thinking I was unserious. Thinking I was confused. Thinking I was just flat out lazy. Like, why in the world wouldn't you just do this thing? And every day I'll watch other people making their dreams come through. And I'll just be like, Yinka, I think you're just lazy. And then one day when I decided to face it all, I realized that I was just scared. I was just scared. And it was until I realized that fear was holding me back. That was when I was able to actually step forward, because I was able to confront that fear and just step into it. And that's what I want to let you know. That regardless of how you feel, regardless of the uncertainty, it is still the right thing for you to move forward in the direction of your goals and your dreams. And I want to take you back a few years or probably even a few months. Remember when you were searching for that job that you're currently occupying. You didn't know you're going to get that job, but yet you had to still create that resume, send in your application, be hopeful that you get called, and then you got called, and then you went through that first interview and possibly a second interview, and in other cases, a third interview. And despite all of those stages, you kept pushing forward until you got that job. And that's why you're currently employed. It's not any different. The thought of you starting that idea is the same thing as the thought of you trying to get yourself a job. I feel like if you wear that same mindset, it will help you see things much more simpler, right? So take that idea like, oh, it's a job. I'm applying for a job, with this role in this company, right? The only difference is, right now you'll be the CEO of that company. But at the end of the day, it's the same whole process. You're going to have to put up your resume together. Same way you're going to put up your business plan together. You are going to go apply for those jobs, go search for those companies. Same way you're going to go search for those customers, whether through social media, your friends, your network, whatever the case might be. It's a very similar process. And I think that when we begin to break things down into smaller steps, it helps us to understand that it's not as difficult as we think it is. And once you figure out that it's not that difficult, it allows you to actually step forward. Now, one mistake that I've seen so many working professionals make time and time again is the fact that they think they need more clarity. They feel like, I need to cross all my T's, I need to dot all my I's. But one thing I've come to find out from experience, I am 5 businesses in, and it's until you start that you would actually learn the real things that is needed for that idea to grow. So no matter how much you plan, no matter how much you research, all of that is theory until you actually dip your feet in the waters. That's when you're going to know, oh, okay, this is the step I should take. Oh, okay, let me turn left at this point. Oh no, let me keep going forward. You have to start. And that's why I want to confront one of the biggest things that actually prevents us from starting, which is the fear. And one thing I want you to also know is, what is the worst case scenario? It doesn't work out, right? If it doesn't work out, so what? One thing I've learned is even if that business idea does not work out, guess what? You have learned a new thing, which then becomes a new skill set. So at the end of the day, you don't have anything to lose. One thing I've learned is the people that have more experience in life are the people that have tried new things the most. The people that have the least experience are the people who have stayed the same. And those people are the ones who do not grow. So rather than you staying in that job where you're worried, would I have a job tomorrow or not? Or even staying in a job where you feel like I need to be earning more, but I don't know what to do. But yet there is that idea that keeps coming back in your head every day. There is that passion inside you that keeps screaming for expression, but you're suppressing every day because you're so scared, or you focus on planning and perfecting everything before you eventually launch. I want you to know the time waits for nobody. So the earlier you get started, the better for you, because you'll be able to learn, you'll be able to grow, and you'll be able to quickly find what is working for you. And I always tell people that the best time for you to actually launch an idea is while employed, because then you don't have so much to lose. You still have a job to fall back on, right? So even if anything goes wrong, you still have your paycheck coming in. So please, my dear, I want you to brace yourself up. Despite that fear, despite how you feel, just take that step and launch into the deep. Because the deep is where that money is. The deep is where that financial freedom is. The deep is where your desires lie. Otherwise, you wouldn't have so much going on in your head telling you to do something different. You won't be so frustrated with your current situation if all is well. But because even the gifts within you, the ideas are looking and fighting for expression, that's why every day you keep thinking, I should be doing something different, or I should be doing something in addition to the job that I have. I want you to know that you're capable. I want you to know that you're skilled. I want you to know that you have a valuable skill. The fact that that skill comes very easy to you does not mean that it's not valuable. That's the more reason why you need to go with that skill set and launch, as long as you do the research to understand that there's a demand for it. But as long as there's a demand for it and that's something that you love to do and it comes easy for you, that's where the money is. And all you have to do is step into the deep. So whenever you want to do something about your goal and fear comes creeping in, remind yourself that you're capable. Remind yourself that you're valuable. Remind yourself that you can do it. So even if we're scared, we are marching forward. That's how I got through it. That was how I was able to launch my first idea. I launched it despite the fact that I was scared, despite the fact that I was worried. But one thing I told myself was, what's the worst thing that could happen? I still have a full-time job. And that's really what happened. I still had my full-time job to go back to. And I was able to launch business 1, business 2, business 3, business 4, and business 5. Right now, I'm working on my 6th and 7th. And when I look back, I'm like, why was I even scared? What was all of that for? So I just want you to really go after your goal. I want you to go after your dream. I want to be that voice that echoes inside of you that tells you, go for it. Go for it. You go for it. Launch that idea and you will be just fine. So here's what I want you to do for me today. I want you to write down one thing that you are going to do that will move that idea forward. I want you to stop thinking about it. I want you to stop planning. I want you to get into the rhythm of doing. Do something about your goal today. Do something. No matter how small it is, do something. Because one thing I also came to realize is whenever I do something about my goal, it gets easier. And then I get used to it. And then I want to do it again and again and again. And before you know it, myself and fear, we don't stay in the same room. That's how it works. But you've got to take that first step. So make that promise to yourself today that you are going to do something this week. That's the goal. You're going to do something about your goal this week. So that by the time you come listen to me same time next week, you will probably drop in the comment section that I did something about my goal last week. Is that a promise that you're ready and willing to make to yourself? All right, I'm already proud of you. Now, here is something I'd like to also offer, because I know that some people, even though they're ready to walk, they still need help. And this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be launching a bootcamp called Clarity to Cash Blueprint. This is the place where you are going to be handheld to ensure that you get going. This is where you're going to get clarity on that idea. You're going to have to take steps. All right. In this boot camp, you're going to finalize, that skill set that you want to monetize, and you are going to launch. And I am going to make this bootcamp a 7-day bootcamp because I want you to get to action right away. We're not going to be doing one long-term bootcamp. We're going to keep it sweet and short so that in 7 days, you've picked the idea, you've researched on that idea, you finalize that idea that you want to monetize, and you know exactly what you want to offer the world, the problem you want to solve. And at the end of that 7 days, you will be ready to launch. That's what I'm going to be doing for you. So if you are interested in joining that kind of bootcamp, that kind of community, then I want you to drop in the comments below so that I know, the number of people that are interested, so that I can set a date for this bootcamp, because I want us to build a community of people who can succeed together, because obviously we're able to then hold ourselves accountable and keep marching forward. So if you are ready to be a part of this community and you feel that seems beneficial to you, then drop "I am interested" in the comments, and then I'll reach out to you, and then we can kickstart our journey towards financial freedom. So I am here to help you all of the way, and start you shall, and start you will. All right, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and share with your friends and family who are also looking to monetize their skill set and launch their journey into financial freedom. I love you guys so much, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video, same time next week. And my name is Yinka Oplade. Bye, guys.